So welcome. This is our these are our major behaviors, which I need to have my minors pulled up here. Hang on just a second. Behavior. So I've got my minor behaviors here, and I have our incident report. Those of you who haven't ever filled these out before, you can always reference these videos or any other teacher who's filled them out before. But as we went through earlier, these are your minor definitions, and then you have your major. We'll get to our majors here in a minute, and then we have our incident report. So as you go through, there's a note on here, and each one of these that you see it, it's chronic. It's like, oh, okay, I've already asked 3 or 4 times. You can put it on the incident report. Put the student's name, homeroom teacher, grade level, what gender, their parents' name, their parents' information right here, phone number and email. Miss Mulholland and them did, and Miss Orton, came up with incident numbers right here, and I'll show you what those mean in a minute. But most of them align with our minor behaviors here. So I'll go over step 1. All right, Drew came into the classroom, and a teacher asked him to do something, and he rolled his eyes. Right? None of us like that. So he rolled his eyes. I go in, I put his name down. All right, teacher's name down. And then I write the date, the time, and the location it happened in the classroom, and the incident number. Well, I go over to my minors. It was disrespect. He was rolling his eyes. So he goes in, and I will check that he was incident number right here. That he was using. He was blah blah blah. It was disrespectful. Sorry. So code number 10 will go right here. That lets us know that if you send them to office, all right, you've been talked about this. It's code 10. I go in, I look at code 10, and it's disrespect. Then you write your comments in here, ask them to do something. They roll their eyes, huff their breath, whatever else. And then right here you do one intervention where it's reteach the expectations. All right, when I ask you to do something, please, do it. Make sure you're meeting PBIS expectations or classroom expectations. And then maybe you could write a note home, maybe just a dojo note to their parent. And what was it for? I was avoiding task. And let's see, I was trying to, not necessarily, I was avoiding task. Others involved would be the teacher. And then just write rolled their eyes. Now, I come to another incident. Drew again comes up with another incident, and this time he came in and he called someone a not so nice word. One of these right here. Butthead, stupid idiot, whichever one you want to call it. Or, I don't know, kids come up with all kinds of stuff. I go in, date, time, location was in the hallway, and the incident number. Well, if I come over, he called somebody that's inappropriate language. That's incident number 1. So here I had a 10. Here I'm going to put a 1. He was using inappropriate language. Here's where I have to do 2 interventions. I've done it. I did a student conference last time, so now I'm gonna pile that on. So I'm gonna do 2. So I'll probably have a student conference and and maybe I had a seating change. Maybe I get them away from that student, or a line change. I got them away from that student who they're not getting along with, and they called a name. So I've done 2 interventions on the second one. And this time I'm going to send an email home to the parent, and I'll send a dojo. So I've sent 2 correspondents to let them know, hey, look, this is happening in the classroom. It was to, I don't know, maybe it was to obtain items, and I called somebody a not so nice word in the hallway. I was trying to take their pencil or something. And all kinds of scenarios come up. So none of mine are perfect that I'm letting you know here now. And then right here, I would have, hey, who else was involved? Peers, write down your comments. Then the next time I was wearing short shorts. That's a dress code violation. I'm just wearing shirts that show too much skin, and they are, so I'm dressed inappropriately. I come in, date, time, location, what's the classroom, incident number is dress code violation. That is number 8. So I'll come down and I put dress code. I put number 8 right here to let us know it's dress code violation. This time I have a student conference about it. I reteach the expectation and what our expectations are for dress code, and maybe I do a seating change because they're in the front of the classroom and maybe with the way they're dressed is distracting. So I would do that. Please use your professional judgment. We trust you to use your professional judgment, so please do so. Then I go down, and here's where I make 3 more correspondence because the next one's going to be office referral. Send home a dojo. I send home a handwritten note, and maybe I even call that time. Then I go in, and this one was to, who knows why they were doing it. I don't know. Maybe it was to, I don't know, maybe get a boy's attention. I don't know. So I don't know why I'm wearing clothes that are too much skin, but go in and I click other, or I would say obtain peer attention. Then right here, I would say who else was involved. The teacher was and the peers because it was distracting in the classroom. Then down here, you write the comments. The next occurrence, you'll send this home with the kid every time. So you send home, they get the first incident, send an incident report home. Copy it, send it home. They get an incident the second time, copy it, send it home. You keep the original. Third time, copy it, send it home. You keep the original. That way we have documentation. And then it says the next one is an office referral. That way the parent has no, oh, well, I didn't know. Yeah, we sent this home 3 times, not to mention I contacted you. I've already contacted your dojo 2 ways the second time and 3 ways the second time. So I've sent it home 3 times, and I've called you 6 times. So, I mean, that's 10 correspondence that you've sent home as far as my behavior. So now we'll get into our majors. So we're going to get into our major behaviors, and we're going to get into a office discipline referral. I'm going to refer to it as ODR. So here's where our majors will come in. Our majors will come in. You can see they're listed over here. All the definitions are in black. If you have those are just certain scenarios the PBIS committee came up with. What you do is, let's say I came in and I was getting ready to set the desk on fire. Got a lighter from, I don't know, out of my dad's truck or something. I came in, I'm trying to set something on fire. What I'll do is I'll put the name in, the date, the time, the referring staff, who's referring, not the homeroom teacher, who is the referring staff, who is writing them up, who is sending them to the office. Please, please, please put your names on these because we need to know what teachers. Sometimes they come up and they're blank. So please, please, please put your name on them. There's not going to be any kind of repercussions. There's not going to be any kind of judgment. We don't judge you on any of this. It's strictly for information purposes only. So please, please, please put your name on there. Does the kid have an IEP or a 504? You can check yes or no. Where did it happen? Hey, I was trying to set the desk on fire, so it was in the classroom. What happened? Drew came in, had a lighter, and was trying to set his desk on fire with a piece of paper or his notebook. Major behavior. I go back to it, that would be arson. So I can go in, you can see the arson isn't on here because that's not really a behavior we have a whole lot of at Hamilton Crossing. So just click, check other and write arson. Trying to set things on fire. Possible motivation would be to, hey, I was trying to set my notebook and the desk on fire because I don't want to work. So that'd be avoid task or activity. I know this is really extreme, but others involved would be the teacher, peers, because, oh, hey, we're inside there and, it's trying to set it on fire. And then down here's for office use only. Was restraint used, consequences, and then the parent or guardian contact. So don't worry about any of this stuff on the bottom. That's all for the administrators to use. But it's your job to give them as much information as possible up here. So short, quick, and detailed, because when they're entering these into Swiss, then they only have so much room to put some of the infractions in there. So they will use this. And when you write up an ODR and send it to the office, they will be the ones contacting the parents. Now, back to our minors. I've dress code violation. I've already gone through 3 of those. And now I'm on to, I get my 4th one. I've already done several things in the hallway, inappropriate dress. Now I'm on my 4th one. I shoved somebody in the hallway. Minor, I just bumped into somebody trying to get into line. and they fell down. That would be a minor. So you go in, that's the fourth one. So now it's a ODR. It is an office discipline referral. Now you do chronic minors, and then you fill in, hey, sent home 3 incident reports for this, this, and this. Chronic minors, boom. Hey, what was it for? I was obtaining peer attention, and everything that you filled out on their minors. I know this seems like a whole lot, so please let me know if you have any questions or reach out to PBIS team. So please, I can't stress this enough, please fill out all the information up here, all the information. Definitely, we have to know what time it happened, and we have to know the referring staff. Remember, this is for information, not condemnation. We're not going to hunt you down and say, oh, you've written up 8 people, how dare you. No, we're not going to do that, I assure you. It is strictly for information, not condemnation. Sometimes kids just do what kids do. So these are your minors that we covered earlier in your office discipline referral. Please let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, reach out to people on your team if you're not sure how to fill it out, if you have any questions. These should be something really, really fast that you should be able to jot down real quick and take them up to the office. But please, please, please make sure that you have the teacher name and you fill out all the information grade. And please, especially the time, because we use that for our data to kind of collect, and that way we can keep an eye on certain areas like the hallway or cafeteria or anything like that, because some of the things could be happening in transition. So I hope you learned something. Please let me know if you have any questions, or reach out to us at hcspbisteam@bartow.k12.ga.us if you have any questions. And good luck. Hopefully you won't have to use them.